that being said, are you guys ready for your feature act tonight? That was nice and all. Let's treat this like it's a Speaking Rock free concert. Are you guys ready for your feature act tonight? It's his first time here in El Paso, all the way from Los Angeles, California. You guys might recognize him. He was a former cast member on TMZ. Everybody make some noise for Brian McDaniel!
All right, give it up for Adam Dominguez, your host, and a great job. What a nice guy. I've been here since Wednesday. Every night he's had a different dorky t-shirt on. Daredevil tonight, Star Wars the other night, he had Spider-Man. I think he's got more dorky t-shirts than women he's had sex with. Oh! He gets to come back up on stage, see what he says to me afterwards, you know? No, but really, he looks like he fucking vapes. Am I right? Come on, look at that guy. You guys, if I'm a little bit frazzled tonight, I apologize. My wife and I just had our first child after trying for 6 years. Yeah, it was a real struggle, and we ended up having our daughter be a surrogate, but she's biologically all ours. And my wife is half Mexican and I'm half Irish, so our daughter is 100 proof. Just drunk ass baby. When she came out, she couldn't even hold her head up, just But I love her, like she's adorable. I can't even get mad at her when she's crying, because the left eye makes whiskey and the right eye makes tequila. It's just, it's a perfect combination. And people say really dumb things to you when you have a kid. Like I was at work and this guy said to me, "Oh, have you felt it yet? Have you felt it?" And I was like, "What's it?" He's like, "Oh, well, you don't know. It's like, okay, what is it? He goes, "It is when you love your daughter 1,000 times more than you love your wife." I was like, "Man, you really hate your wife." I hope I never feel it. That's terrible. And then the other thing people ask you is, "Are you getting any sleep?" And they know you're not getting any sleep because you got a newborn and they're crying and they're ruining your life. But they still want to ask you, "Are you getting any sleep?" Same guy at work asked me, "Are you getting any sleep?" I said, "Well, I'm taking it day by day." Which is so dramatic, right? Like such a ridiculous response. That's like what addicts say, right? Or like people who are suffering say that, you know? People like, you know, Cowboys fans. No, but I was worried about raising my daughter on the West Coast because I grew up on the East Coast. We got any East Coast people in here? East Coast people? All right. How about we got any West Coast people? Yeah. See, I don't. You know, growing up on the East Coast, I know you got to make your bones. You know, you got to be an independent person. And on the West Coast, it's a little soft out there. So I was worried about that until my niece comes up to me. My niece is 5 years old, lives in LA. She comes up to me. She goes, "You know, Uncle Brian, you know there's no such thing as Santa Claus." I said, "How do you know there's no such thing as Santa Claus?" She goes, "Because if his ass came down the chimney in my neighborhood wearing all red, he'd get shot in the face." And then she starts complaining to me about the elf on the shelf. Do you guys know what this elf on the shelf thing is? We didn't have this when I was a kid. The elf on the shelf is a toy that parents give to their kids during Christmas time, and they put it on the shelf. When the kid goes to sleep, they move it. And she says to me, "Yeah, it moves every night because it's watching over me, reporting back to Santa." Fucking snitch. I came back to her house 2 weeks later, she had cut its head off, put it on a pencil. She goes, "Snitches get stitches." Unbelievable. But yeah, it was great. You know, we took time off when we first had my daughter. My wife and I each took time off. And then we both had to go back to work. And, you know, so we're trying to figure out how we're going to take care of our daughter. And my wife wanted a nanny. And And she said, I have a list of things I want to name. So we go to her list. First thing on her list, she wants nanny cameras. And I was like, I feel like that, creates an environment of mistrust, and we're giving this person, our child to care for, and I don't really like that. She's like, oh, whatever, let's move on to the second thing. The second thing on her list is, the nanny cannot be hot. And I was like, I feel like this environment of mistrust just keeps growing. So, come on. And she said, oh, it's all right. Let's just bring somebody in and see if we like them. Maybe we'll hire her. First girl she brings in, beautiful, beautiful girl. My wife offered her the job during the interview. She left, I turned to my wife, I said, I thought we couldn't hire a hot one. My wife goes, oh yeah, not a problem, that one's a lesbian. I said, well, that's not fair to me. And my wife said, oh, well, I'm not a lesbian. And I said, did you see her? Not yet. Jesus. But I had lost the argument, so I just went around the house and installed the nanny cameras. At least that way, if they cheat on me, I have something good to watch. All right. We got married people in the house tonight. Married people, make some noise. Yeah! I've never. Who's that? Somebody's like fucking pumped on marriage. Yeah! That was like you just bench pressed your most ever and you just threw it on the ground. Okay, a super excited person. Where are you? Okay. What's your name?
Travis.
Travis. Okay, how long have you been married?
5 years.
That's why.
All right, that's why. Where are you? Are you married?
Yes.
How many years?
I've been married for 25 years.
You guys are clapping. She just said she hates it. What? Oh, heavens, she's miserable. All right, single people make some noise. Lots of girls that are single. Any guys that are single? Was there one cowboy in the middle of the woods? Are you afraid that like all 30 of those girls are gonna attack you? I'm married. I've been married for 8 years. It's been really good. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if it's you, but it's good. It's good. My wife has a much better job than me, so I'm on kind of a short leash, And it definitely has a choke chain on the end of it. Like I don't know I'm doing something wrong, and then I'm just, oh, why? Stop. And I got in trouble like that the other day for putting her purse on the floor. ¿Por qué hiciste eso? She said to me, oh, when you put a woman's purse on the floor, you're disrespecting the money gods. Yeah, that's right, I said I must have missed that episode of Oprah. Shit, I skipped over the part where I carry my wife's purse. I'm the purse bitch, man. When she first gave me her purse, I tried to look tough. I tried to hold it like a football, I just run around. Can I borrow your purse real quick to demonstrate? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. It would be pretty conspicuous if I took it, right? I mean, plus I'm the only white guy on the lineup. I'm least likely to steal it. Now, oh, this is great. This actually looks just like my wife's purse, except my wife's purse is real. I would do this one, you know, strut around the mall like this, all proud. So stupid. Doesn't matter. You're holding a woman's purse. You are the purse, bitch. So I gave up. Now I just carry it like this. Just cover the genitals with it, you know. I know she's not gonna kick me in her Chanel, so they're safe that way. And to be honest, it does feel comfortable down there because I'll be in the passenger seat of the car and she'll hop in the driver's seat, just slamming on my junk, you know, just right there. Shit, I skipped over the part where my wife always drives. I'm the car bitch too, man. It's a little bit much when she opens the door for me, though. Man, I am my wife's wife. Not a good situation. Here, I'll give this back to you. There you go. Thank you. What's your name, hon? Amanda. Give it up for Amanda, everybody. Is that your fella?
Yeah.
That's your husband? What's your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Jeremy's instincts to hold that purse were right in the end, weren't they? How long have you guys been married?
2 years.
2 years. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Nice. Are you from here?
No.
We're from New York.
You're from New York City, state?
New York State.
New York State. Like far from the city? Like whereabouts?
Syracuse.
Syracuse. So way up where it's snowy and cold as shit all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So did you move here? Are you military or military? Okay. All right. And you met up there and moved down here?
Yep.
So you followed him down here. You escaped the snowy shit hell of Syracuse with him and our military. Give it up for these two. Yeah, a little bit about myself, guys. I like to pee in the shower. Not when I'm taking a shower. Just a good spot. I wear Magnum condoms. It's not because I have a big dick, I just like a nice baggy fit. I recently turned 36, and I had my first ever prostate check. I had to lie and pretend I was 40 to get it, but it was totally worth it. Man, that was a good time. I had a show with Joey, your headliner. Make some noise for your headliner, Joey McDaniel, right now. I had a show with Joey a couple months ago in LA, and it was cold, and I wore a scarf, and I get in the green room, and all the comedians are like, when you're gay, when you're gay, when it's gonna, when you're gay. I was like, man, come on. Like, everybody's so afraid of being gay, like you can't even wear a scarf or suck a dick, like. Chill out, man! Don't let your preconceived notions get in the way of a good time. No, but I was on TMZ for 8 years, and you guys see TMZ? Okay. For the Spanish-speaking people, it's like Flaco and the Gordita, but for white people. No, I had a lot of fun working on that show. It was super cool. It was a good experience. Got to be in the Entourage movie, which is freaking awesome. So fun. And then there was a couple things though that just really got under my skin that were tough. Almost exactly a year ago, Joan Rivers died during plastic surgery. And she was one of my favorite comedians of all time. You guys make some noise for Joan Rivers real quick. Love her. And so TMZ was running this story about how everyone was making fun of her and making mean jokes too soon, and how that was ironic, because that's what she used to do, would be too mean too soon, right? And the main joke that TMZ was quoting in their story was, "Oh, Joan died doing what she loved, getting plastic put in her." Which was tough for me, especially because I knew that her daughter was a wreck. She was so confused. For like 2 weeks, Melissa couldn't figure out what recycle bin to put her mom into. Joan Rivers would have loved that shit, come on! But I never figured out why people cared about the things they cared about when I was there. You know, that was always weird to me. Like Bobby Christina died, which is Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown's daughter, and everybody cared, and that made sense. That made total sense to me, right? But Marie Osmond's son died, and nobody gave a shit, right? And I was upset, because I was hoping that Donny Osmond would die, and I could play him in the Lifetime movie. I'm not like a perfect match, but close enough for Lifetime, right? Yeah. And then there were like stories of racial injustice, which really pissed me off too. Like, because that kind of thing gets under my skin. Like, I actually really like Black History Month. I know that might sound weird or whatever, but like, I feel like we need to dig up that history, and there's great things and there's terrible things, and we just need to dig into it and get our hands into it. And like, for the month of February, I'm all about it. And then on March 1st, I'm just like, why are you bringing up old shit, bruh?